and tell yourself that, okay, so this person considers you worthy enough to speak to you. That's the very first step. This person considers you worthy enough to speak to you about this issue. So you owe it to that person and you owe it to yourself to listen to what the person is saying. Now, how will you really listen? Deaden every other noise in your mind. You see, you have control over your mind, right? As much as you think you don't, or you might argue that, oh, no, not really. Things just happen like that in my mind, Like sometimes I'm listening to Fuji and then the next thing I'm playing Snoop Dogg rap in my head. You actually have the control over your mind. You can control your mind. So if someone comes to you, a very good way to really listen is to ignore every other thing that is going on in your mind and focus on what that person is saying. What that does is it helps you relate to what that person is saying. Now, when I also say really listen, do not be in a hurry to give advice, or to show that you can understand what the person is saying. No, the person is not asking you to understand. Now to the The person is talking to you, right? You might be wrong if you really think you understand what that person is saying, and so you just want to give it off, like complete the person's sentences. It's kind of cute when you finish each other's sentences. At some point, it's kind of dumb, Like you just really want to slow down, girl. Slow down and listen, right? So do not be in a hurry to finish up the person's sentences. Just first try to understand what is this person saying, right? Try to listen. Now that's the thing. As much as we say listen, a lot of us might not really be doing the listening. So if you want to listen a good way, really listen. Focus on the really part more than you focus on the listen part. So ensure that you're really listening to the person. One. Number two, put away every preconceived notion of what the person might be saying or what you think the person is saying, and listen. It stems up from the very first tip, which is really listen. But then I really need to point this out because as Nigerians, first of all, Nigeria is a preconceived notion. Let's put that one out there. Everything is just more or less preconceived. Because if you decide to think about it, it just feels like everything in Nigeria is stressful on a normal day. And then so we feel like we have to be really intelligent to be ahead of the game. I don't know if you feel me. If you feel me, can I hear you say amen? Anyways, that was just a little digression. That was a little doing thing. But what I'm trying to say is remove every preconceived notion from your mind. Now, what do I mean? You might think this person is a little cray-cray, like a little everywhere, and then this person comes to talk to you. And because you think this person is normally everywhere, right, you miss the point. And then that way you might give a wrong advice. That's if the person needs it, right? Or you might just totally just misconstrue what the person says, and then you speak from your own mind, not really listening to what the other person was saying. I don't know if that makes any sense, right? If someone comes to meet you, deaden your mind. Remember what I said at first, like just kill every other noise, right? And in killing every other noise, also tell yourself that I am only going to hear what this person is telling me. I'm only going to listen and try to understand what this person is saying from the person's point of view. So an excellent tip in listening is, if you are not clear about something, ask the person like, okay, so are you saying that? What that does is you're giving yourself time to process what the person just said, one. Number two, you're also giving the person time to clarify what he or she has just said, right? Now, I said I was going to give 2 tips, but then I also need to put an MD caveat at the end of this. Guys, I know I have a lot of smart people around me. I know that a lot of you watching this video are really smart, but please do not be in a hurry to give advice when someone comes to you to talk. It is very wrong. Very, very, very wrong. And that is what is really missing in our ships today. When someone comes to talk to you and then you're already like, oh, I've been there, done that, You might not even have been there, done that, in quotes. But because you have been in a similar situation, you think that you are the Jagaban. Okay, so Jagaban means like emperor in some parlance. You feel like you're the Jagaban of this. And so like, chill girl, I got this. Let me tell you what to do, and then you just ramble off. Blah, 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 blah. And then you have taken that person's power, right? The person wanted to open up his or her heart and tell you what this is about. And then you have taken it, trivialized it, and then you threw it out of the vehicle and decided to give your own advice that was very, very unsolicited, right? So please, guys, as much as it's, even if it is a situation that warrants your advice, be very, very careful. Take 3 thoughts back and then ask yourself, does this person really need the advice? Sometimes, even though the person asks for your advice, all the person really needs you to tell the person is, okay, so think about it. Why do you think you reacted this way? That's if the person comes to tell you, oh, I reacted in such a way. Do you understand? Basically, the person just wants you to tell them what to do. Now, don't be in a hurry to give advice. But at the same time, all you can do, rather than not be like, you don't want to be that friend of like, oh, I came to tell her what she was and she was just saying, as if it's, I'm going to eat. Now, what you can also do is, okay, babe, I just want to tell you that this is what I will do. That's giving advice. But then you can also put it in such a way that the person understands that you really, really, really listen. In fact, sometimes you can just be like, I don't have anything to advise you about. All I just want to say is, and then you say what you're saying. But then, do not ever, ever, ever finish up someone's sentence and then wrap it up and then just fling it out. No, 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 no. Please don't do that. So guys, 2 methods. Let me go over it again. 1, really listen. 2, deaden every preconceived notion in your mind. And then I'm very sure that you'd realize that your listening patterns in your ships would have improved. Tell me any other thing you think would improve relationships, especially when it comes to listening. Tell me if you agree with me. Tell me if you disagree with me. I just want to know. Let's rub minds in the comment section of this video. Please click on the like button. Just in case. Check out the beauty. It's a beautiful top. Anyways, till the next time you see this beautiful face, have a beautiful week. Do something that makes you happy. Now, don't go crazy. Don't just go crazy because doing do something that makes you happy. But make sure that you do something that puts a smile on your face and a smile on someone else's face. Till the next time you see me, I remain D. Bye, guys.